Welcome to the Great Leaders Podcast. I'm your host, Bombay. Like, share, and subscribe. I got a good show for y'all today. First, I want to give a thanks to the Most High for making all this possible. Second, I want to give a shout out to everybody that been supporting the Great Leaders Podcast and the pop-up. You show love to me, I show love to y'all. Love is love. I got a good show for y'all today. I got my guy Joe in here today. Got my guy Wes in here today. Today, the topic is forgiveness. At some point in your life, you got to deal with forgiveness. And we're going to get right into it. You know what I mean? And so Joe, what forgiveness mean to you?
Well, everything I do, I go straight scriptures now, but as a kid, we was always taught to forgive the next person.
Okay.
So when you look at that, it's like, anybody can make a mistake to the point where you got to look at it like, I got to forgive you at some point. But a lot of us ain't really learned that lesson. So we paid for it. So as an adult, I understand that.
Okay.
And the forgiveness hit a little different.
Okay. So as I go through the definition of forgiveness, it's a deliberating decision. You have to make a deliberating decision.
Yeah, that's why I was so difficult as a child. Because as a child, ain't no decision that you make is gonna be good or great. You just thinking as a child. But see, when you become a grown man, an adult, once you understand forgiveness, it's a decision where the pain and the hurt that you experience from that situation.
Yeah.
But deep down, you know that you have to forgive them if you want God to forgive you.
Okay. Because it say a negative feeling, resentment, or desire for revenge towards someone who has wronged you.
Yeah, right. Goes to the point where, once somebody wrong you, some of the wrong be so deep to where you feel like you can't forgive them.
Yeah.
And that's what we're going to get a little deep into today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Chill. Have you ever been so hurt to where it's kind of hard to forgive the person? But then a person can just do something so simple and you can forgive them because you're a good, kind-hearted person.
Yeah, you could try to forgive them. I feel like I pose to forgive a person, but sometimes you feel like you can't forgive them, but you gotta forgive them.
Now, when you speak like that, we can speak to our special guest, Mr. West. When you speak like you gotta forgive, because I'm staying straight scriptures before I get real heavy on it.
Yeah.
So when you say that you got to forgive, do you feel like you gotta forgive?
Well, I feel like it's basically something you have to reach inside and you think about sometimes, because some people, whether you say forgiveness, they don't know how to forgive. They don't understand what it is. And all that, what you just said, far resentment, revenge, and all that, you have to throw that out the picture.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I have done stuff, and people, you know what I mean? I know if they did forgive me, it was hard for them to do because I did some shit that I shouldn't have done. That was fucked up.
Okay.
To tell you the truth, but
So basically, what you're saying is you've done some things that you hope that the people forgave you.
I've done some things that caused some pain in people's life, and I couldn't even see it then. But later on, when I look back, I could see it, the pain, and you know what I mean? And all I could do is say, I would hope they would forgive me, but I know sometimes things you do is hard to forgive.
So can I ask you this? When you was doing those things to them people, did you ever think about hurting them people?
Not intentionally.
Okay.
I never want to hurt anybody, especially most of the time when somebody's forgiving you, it's somebody that loves you.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at.
I've never intentionally tried to hurt nobody that I love.
Yeah.
I have hurt them, and I didn't even understand why I did it. But I'm saying, as far as forgiveness, if you don't forgive, I think later on in life it could hurt you too. It's like you can't.
So have you forgiven?
Yeah, I forgive. Because like
Everybody?
everybody that, you know,
Have a person ever did something to you that you can't forgive them?
no, never.
Do you think that exists?
Yeah, I think it exists.
That somebody can do something so bad the way you can't forgive them?
Yes.
Yeah, I think I do feel like that
Yeah.
about certain things. Like now, if
No
you
doubt.
if you took one of mine, like is no return from that, you know.
If you took one of your C's?
Yeah, like you take one of mine, like I can't forgive you. I mean, I don't know how I would try to forgive. I can't forgive you off that. If you hurt one of my people, like,
It
yeah.
depends on how
I'm talking about to the point they ain't here to this day.
to me, it
Okay.
depends on the
Yeah,
situation.
so that make it different with a person.
Okay, so depending on the situation,
For
if
me,
it
it does.
Yeah.
If say,
Yeah,
if
depending
you
on the
took one of my
situation.
seeds by accident, had an accident or something, and it depends on it, they died, and I could forgive a person
Yeah,
for something like that. But if you just did some old crazy stuff, you took my seed and killed her or something, no, there's no.
I
for me,
can't
it's no
forgive you.
coming
You
back.
hurt one of my seeds. No, sir.
There's no coming back from that.
No, sir.
Not
Ain't no
me.
coming back from that.
I mean, I get y'all on that. So we understand that it's certain things that y'all feel like you can't forgive a person.
Yeah, certain things.
That'll be a hard pill to swallow because it go back to that definition you was reading. You was reading.
Yeah.
You said it's a what kind of decision? You called it a certain decision.
It was a deliberated decision.
Deliberated. Now let's just dwell on deliberated.
Yeah.
That's like making one of the hardest choices of your life. Like that's like fighting with your taste and your hunger. If you can understand that.
It's to let go of negative feelings. So
Exactly.
it had to been something bad.
So
You know, it won't nothing good if you say negative.
Feelings come from.
right now negative feeling. Now a negative feeling would be taking your child away from y'all, like y'all said, right? But y'all said there's no coming back from that, right?
Yeah, ain't no coming
So
back.
can you imagine that if you had to force yourself to forgive, that you had to do that? Just picture that real quick for a minute.
And then is the nature of, like, if you just do some bugged out stuff, you know, nah. But if it's something, you know, God forbid, I love all my kids, you know, I ain't even gonna make up no scenario. But if it was one of my kids, you know.
All right, so let's put it like this. I know of somebody, man, and you know I ain't calling no names, but anybody who know about this situation know that this guy just lost his son. In a way that he just lost his son, and you know his father, he ain't no, he a little stepper, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if his father don't forgive them boys who killed his son, how what type of life do you think his father gonna live from here on?
It's now, okay, since you say that, but it's no. So what if his father look at it as war, and hurt one of them? Is he still convicted of killer? Cause his son died. Now he ready to go to war.
I mean, where situations just like that just came across the news with the guy went and killed a cop for the cop killing his son. So I mean, you know that's what's gonna happen once you retaliate. But we talking about forgiveness.
Yeah.
Do you think those cops forgive him for killing another cop?
Now everybody ain't got forgiveness in their heart.
Yeah.
Okay.
So why do they give people the
Depends on what
electric
you-
chair?
It depends on what you do.
So the world don't got forgiveness because you give people the electric chair.
I mean, well,
So the world, the United
a
States,
system gives you the
system-
electric chair
no, but you still get the electric chair. It's
based
supposed
upon
to
the
be
system,
Based upon the system.
right?
So that's a little deeper than, I ain't gonna jump off the topic. I ain't gonna jump off the topic. But that right there is a little deeper, you know, cause it's like, you know, when you talk about forgiving a person that wounded you, that scarred you, you gotta have the strength to prepare yourself to handle it. You got to have the strength to handle it.
Of course.
You know, because if you ain't got the strength to handle it, you ain't going to be able to forgive a person. So it's people that I probably would have to forgive. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't forgive them right now. You know what I mean?
Why?
You know what I mean?
I mean, you know, what if it be too late and you can't forgive them?
Yeah, that's why I said that's the 5150 right there. Like,
So that's a chance you're willing to take?
yeah, that's no. Yes and no. Yes and no. Cause I'ma stay in the word. I'ma stay, getting my knowledge, but yeah, I'm just
what's up, Charles, my man.
yeah,
Kelly
you gotta
says,
work on yourself. So I'm working on myself to be able to forgive. Yeah.
One of my friends I was in the military with, he said, war has to end eventually. Two wrongs don't make a right. And yada yada yada.
I got one for you. I got one for you, Joe. Okay.
Long time, my man. Hey, hold on, Bezo. Hey, Mr. Kelly, this is amazing how the topic today is forgiveness. I'm on live right now, and
a little intermission
from the bottom of my heart, I'm asking for your forgiveness. I'm on camera right now. Let me lift my head up a little bit. Hey, Bezo, this something.
Yeah.
I can't move on until I see you type and say you forgive me, my man, because I wronged you, but I warned you at the same time.
But we ain't gonna talk about that on not on my show, Joe.
This is real. This is forgiveness, bro. Come on,
you right. I apologize.
This is real. I ain't seen this. You see, he say, "Hey, my man, long time." This is a military friend.
Oh, I ain't know, man.
We've been to war together. We was in that sandbox. So
yeah, that's real.
So
that's real.
I'm asking for forgiveness because I understand life different now. He said, "I'm good, brother. I forgive you. Only fools trip on things behind them, my guy." Hey, that made me feel so good in the inside right now. You know what I mean? And one day we share me. Hey, I named the barbershop after us, BMC Cuts, but we're gonna get back to the show. My apologies, y'all. I named the barbershop after us, but we'll get back to the show. Forgiveness be
so. Yeah, I had a good question for you. I got a good question. What's the benefits of forgiving a person? What's the benefits you get off forgiving?
Oh man, I just experienced it just then. So much weight is off my shoulders and my heart right now. You know what I mean? Because he's a good brother of mine, Mr. Charles Kelly, one of the best white boys that ever do it.
Nice to meet you.
Hey, one of the best white boys that ever do it.
Look, you're on the Great Leaders podcast now.
Yeah, so my brother said he forgave me. And we cool, my brother. I ain't gonna get deep on it like that.
Yeah.
He said I seen that little BMC barbershop, big style. But it felt real good to hear him say he forgive me. So the benefits of that was.
Let me hit you with this question. How do I forgive someone who doesn't apologize or recognize they hurt me? How you forgive a person that don't even care if they hurt you?
It's now I got to go deep on you, B.
Come on.
You ready?
Let's go.
I gotta take my hat off.
Let's go.
Okay, so if we all moving by the spirits, right?
B.
If we all moving by the spirits, right? Yeah, that's why I say I got to get deep, because I can't give you my own understanding right now.
Yeah.
If we all living in the spirits, right? Matthew 6:14 and 15 speaks different. When you read them scriptures, and I get that for y'all in just 1 second. When you read them scriptures,
so you go into the question. The question is, how do I forgive someone who doesn't apologize or recognize they hurt me?
I'm gonna give you the answer according to the scriptures, because I really live in the scripture these days.
For real, that shouldn't make no difference.
Yeah.
Huh?
That shouldn't make no difference.
It should make no difference.
No.
Why not?
not forgiving.
No, the person don't even recognize. See, you probably wouldn't understand.
Okay.
Okay.
Question. Well, that should make a difference because you're not forgiving them for any type of reason. It shouldn't matter if they care or not. You forgiving them because you want, you know what I mean?
Right.
Clear your conscience, your heart, and everything.
Yeah.
Once you do that, then everything else is on them.
Yeah.
Whether they cared or not.
If they forgive you or not.
If you want to
you're right.
Right, but he said
should make
you're
a
right.
difference.
You're right. That was a
so I you're right. It's up to you to let it bother you or not. At that point,
That's what I'm saying.
you know what I mean. So
no difference how you feel.
what's up, cuz? Carlos said, it's all simple. Live and let live. He just saying live and let things be.
Yeah.
How you doing, Miss Tracy?
Okay.
Live and let things be.
How do I know when I'm ready to forgive? How do I know when I'm ready to forgive?
Man, can I think about that? Cause you hit me with a lot of questions, B. That I can't
no,
answer them all
we
at once.
answering them.
I mean, you said, how do you know when you're ready to forgive?
When you're ready to forgive. Cause bruh answered that question, didn't he? Yeah, he just answered it.
What he says, all simple, live and let live.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's what's wrong with us now, big dog. We ain't man enough to apologize and admit our wrongs.
Yeah.
Is it a feeling? I want to blame it on a feeling. Like
feeling, you think it'd be a feeling?
Yeah, like you'll know
when you ready.
Yeah, when you ready.
To,
it's like
to say
like you know when you ready to settle down.
So you think?
You know what I mean?
So okay, that's your answer.
That had to be my answer because otherwise, how would you know?
How would you know?
Yeah, how would you? I'm wrecking my brain right now.
You would know when you evaluate yourself and you learn about yourself and you be like, I'm ready to let this stuff go. I done matured out of this,
I agree, Tracy. Tracy, you gotta forgive them for you, not for them.
That's right.
Hey, you know what?
That's right.
She got straight to the point.
Yeah, she got straight. She broke that joke down.
You really forgiving the people for you, not them. I agree. I agree. But let's be real, y'all, because we got people out there. Y'all know we got people out there who just won't forgive you. Matter of fact, they act like they forgave you, but their actions say different. You feel me? Let's dig a little deeper now. You know what I mean? A person can say, "Man, I forgive him, man, but I just don't want to deal with him no more." That ain't forgiving nobody.
Why not?
If you don't deal with, so you used to deal with a person until they wronged you, but you said you forgave them, but now you don't want to deal with them no more.
Yeah, well, I mean, it depends on what they did. If they did something like
okay.
It's just like, I think you can also love a person, but sometimes you have to do it from a distance because that works out better for you. Yeah. You know what I mean?
So.
Man, you might not be on the same page.
But we was on the same page at first.
Yeah.
The only thing that took us off the same page was we had a little misunderstanding.
Okay.
So do y'all agree that a misunderstanding should come between one another?
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes, no, it depends on what it is.
What if it bring forth harmful behavior?
That's exactly what comes behind it. But see, we ain't scratched the surface yet. Cause see, again, God's word never ever fail. And I'm saving this for the perfect timing. But we could continue to just elaborate on this. Forgiveness, man, is powerful. Forgiveness is something like love. When you're looking at the word love and how you're supposed to,
you got to be able to love to forgive.
It's some of the same thing like you said. It's because it's ways to forgive and it's ways to love.
Yeah.
Everybody don't love everybody the same way.
So what if you live life without knowing how to love? You got to figure it out along the way sometimes. No matter if you turn 50 or 60, you're going to figure out how to love, right? Yeah. So forgiveness, at some point, you're going to figure out how to forgive.
Yeah.
So once you figure that out, forgive. Now, if you chose not to, Now that's what we gonna get straight to. The people who chose not to forgive because you think that what was done to you was oh so bad that they gonna kill you.
No, it's not
All right.
exactly that. It's just like I said, you could do some things to me that, it doesn't matter the consequences.
All right, well, check this out.
I'm not.
Okay, I got one for you.
All right, let me hit it.
So check this out. Can sometime a person can forgive to make themselves feel better about something?
That's what I'm speaking on.
Yeah.
That's what they do. They say, I'm gonna forgive you.
Yeah.
Right? Just to show and let everybody else hear that you forgave because you this certain type of person.
Yeah.
But your forgiveness, in that package of your forgiveness, it comes with no phone calls.
Yeah.
We don't speak no more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When people ask about us, it's, oh, he doing all right. No, we ain't talked in 6 months to a year.
Yeah. Gotcha.
So did you really forgive me? Or you just saying it to make yourself feel better?
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So again, I bring it to the scriptures. Tracy said, I'm still trying to understand how people say they love God, but can't love the people they see on a day-to-day basis. Hey, that's some real talk, because guess what? That's what I'm about to get into, Tracy.
Yeah, Tracy hitting all the look. Tracy got her boxing gloves on.
Right, hold on. Right, that's what I'm about to get into, Tracy. So
What does that mean? I mean,
it means that
if you talking about forgiveness and love, too, you can forgive somebody too. Do you believe? I don't believe I have to love somebody to forgive them. You see what I'm saying?
Hold on.
So
Pause.
Was she saying something about love and forgiveness? That she's saying to go together?
Is you do love somebody.
If I don't just
you love God.
What I'm
so
saying, though, I'm talking
that's
about
the person that love.
Right. He's saying he's talking about a person to him.
If I don't have to love you to forgive you.
Yeah.
You don't have to love them to forgive them.
You right.
I don't.
You right.
No.
Cause that's right.
No.
You ain't gotta love them to forgive them.
You can forgive somebody, right? But if you don't love them or got no love for them no more, then what they say about you?
Maybe say I don't want to deal with them.
It just say you don't want to deal with them. So can I get this out real quick? Can I get this out real quick?
I still might not want to deal with
them. So everybody right here agreed that we all love God and we all believe in God, right?
Yeah.
We all believe in So let's just put it like this, right? Matthew chapter 6 verse 14. He says, "For if ye forgive men their trespasses, your heavenly Father will also forgive you." Verse 15. "But if you forgive not men their trespasses, neither will the Father forgive you your trespasses." So I say that to say this. Our closet ain't clean, right? So if we really want God to forgive us and we say that we gonna be this better person and we really want to, surrender our soul over to God, right? He said, well, you still got this little thing going on with you, right?
Yeah.
Well, you ain't forgave that person yet. You still got a little enviousness about this, you know what I mean? You still got a little mad and hatred, because he also tells us scripture-wise, you shouldn't even have a thought about hating your brother or your neighbor.
Yeah.
The thought of you thinking about that is wrong.
Yeah.
So when you put that into the equation, and he said that you don't have no choice but to forgive somebody, that's when I realized I gotta forgive, because if not, I'm gonna act like I'm forgiving, but I'm carrying that hatred over my heart and I can't sleep. That's where a lot of that pain and then the animosity come from, that hatred come from, because you really ain't forgave nobody, and before you know it, it's gonna be 10, 20, 30, 40 people that you can't forgive.
But forgiveness too do come with growth. You can't expect a person to know how to forgive that don't even know themselves yet.
No,
they can be held accountable. You gotta learn, how to have, how to love yourself to love others. So that's part of respect. Respect go a long way too.
Oh, for sure.
But the topic is forgiveness. So, if I respect the person enough, if somebody did something to me, I might say, shit, me and him so tight, I ain't even worrying about that shit he did to me. You see what I'm saying? Because that's my dude right there. You know what I mean? I done forgave him.
Everybody used to say, tell me you can forgive somebody, but I ain't gonna forgive Get it.
I forgave a person behind somebody else. You know, because I love that man so much. He put his word on it, like,
you didn't forget
like
what he
forget
did.
about it. Yeah.
You're right.
So forgiveness, sometimes forgiveness, you know, it can help both parties. Sometimes it's always to help both parties. You know, when you say I forgive,
I agree.
you know, let's do this, let's get together, you know, make something happen. So,
True.
so you know, forgiveness to me is like unity almost.
Forgiveness is for peace. Tracy said
Yeah.
forgiveness is for peace.
Yeah.
I agree. The more people you forgive, the better peace you be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I cold-heartedly,
Yeah.
right?
Wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
So I think that's one of the perks that you get with for forgiving. When you say like what come, no,
Yeah.
that's probably one of the biggest perks that you get a peace of mind.
Yeah.
And you breathe, bro. The air tastes different, man. Hey,
Yeah,
Tracy.
different.
Hey, you shot today, girl.
Yeah, she is.
Hey, what
She got the
Kelly
boxing
said,
gloves
my
on.
man Kelly said, forgiveness is tonka tough. Hey, hold
Yeah.
on, cause Carlos said, I ain't forget what you said, Carlos. Get what he said.
What Carlos
Why
said?
did? He said, where it go? You deleted it?
Yeah, but
Carlos, you
forgiveness,
deleted
man.
it? He did. Oh no, he says,
Oh.
I'm one of those that don't forgive family or just regular people. This what I've been dealing with all my life, trying to forgive people. Hey, you know what? Nah, that's for real. So you probably one of the ones that we talking to that don't know how to forgive.
Yeah.
And you've been trying to forgive people your whole life, right, big dog? So this would be one that we speaking to. Cause what I say, Bezo, I said I'm finding that one that don't know how to forgive.
Yeah.
Cause see, I was just like you, big homie. I'm talking about, man, boy, I be mad at the whole family.
Yeah. Yeah.
I make everybody stain on business.
Yeah.
Oh, that's how you feel about me? Well, stain on it, then we ain't gotta ever talk again. I don't care if it be years.
Yeah.
But like he said, man, he a little older than me, and he ain't learned how to forgive. Yeah, bro, can you imagine that?
Yeah.
I mean,
I just learned how to forgive. I just learned how to forgive.
But he like Big Unc does though, Bezo.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And he like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah.
That's Big Unc does,
Yeah.
man. He ain't figured out how to forgive yet. So it be a lot of these people. Let's speak about a lot of these baby daddies around here, these baby mamas, right?
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna just separate the baby daddies. You know, I'm gonna speak about the baby mamas too because you know my little nephew, man, he take care of his kids, man, and you know they got their baby mamas and they support their kids. But I'm watching my nephew be a full-time dad, man, and I think that's one of the most amazing things ever. But how these women talk about they baby fathers. What happened to the forgiveness? It go out the
What
window with
happened to
that?
the forgiveness? What happened to the forgiveness?
Let me.
You can't go to heaven without that.
Do it go out the window?
Hey, look, this ain't me. This ain't me saying this. If my baby mamas get a glimpse of this, look, this ain't me. And if you got me on child support, look, some point you're gonna have to forgive me. At some point you're gonna, and I take care of all my kids, but he brought it up, but I ain't bring it up.
Hey, I know, gotta go. Hey,
but I forgive y'all. Like, I love y'all. You know, but
okay.
I don't. That's one of them things. But I'm gonna forgive you. I'm gonna forgive you for doing that thing. You know what I mean? You got me on it, and I love y'all. Y'all know I take care of my kids.
Hey,
You know, but I still forgive y'all.
Hey, listen.
I want y'all to forgive me because it shit don't make no sense.
To all the women, I got one question. Can anybody get up here and tell me will they ever forgive their baby father? I just want to hear yes or no. That's it. Now I don't have kids, so I don't know what that experience is like. I don't know what it's like to be on child support, but I can tell y'all, every brother I know that's on child support is mad at the woman. You hear me?
That's what I just said. I forgive you. I forgive you.
So they
I'm
got to
standing
forgive.
tall.
Yeah, you put them in a position. What y'all did was y'all put them in a position to be mad at y'all, but at the end of the day, they got to forgive y'all for that. And a lot of y'all put y'all baby fathers through the most to where it's hard to forgive y'all. But the God that sent us, we ain't got no choice.
Got no choice.
And my crown is crooked.
And the title is forgiveness.
Forgiveness is
And I
powerful.
forgive you. You know what I mean? I forgive you. I ain't even worrying about the child support no more. You know what I mean? Just let's just have peace. And I'm doing this on the show. You know what I mean? Straight like that. Let's just have peace. You know, I love all my kids. My kids know I love my kids. Come on, let's do this right. I'm doing it on the show. It's all about forgiveness.
Hey.
And this wasn't planned. I just figured shit. You know, this the best place to do it at, you know.
Sometimes it's how it be. Like what it say, how do you know when you forgive?
Yeah.
Sometimes it just hits y'all in the spirit of the moment.
Yeah, I forgive.
I had to forgive my big, I hope my big homie forgave me, man. You know what I mean? That was, hey, that's who taught me how to play cornhole. Hey, Kelly, if you still watching, they on this cornhole out here, right? Tell them, boy, we legends. On cornhole. Hey, listen. Oh, yeah. Let's not forget, Bezo. July 20th, we having a cookout, and we're going to have a cornhole tournament as well.
Okay.
July 20th at the elementary school in Pocahontas. We having a cookout. We bringing the podcast out there. Y'all come out there, man. Let everybody come up there.
The pop-up out there.
The pop-up gonna be out there. Yeah. Y'all come out there and let us know how y'all feel, man. Come eat with us. Yeah. And for everybody that can't come out there to come and get a taste of that good food, we're gonna deliver it to you.
Yeah.
Neighborhood style. But we get back on subject.
We're gonna take a break real quick.
Okay.
We're gonna get back to it.
We're going commercial? Commercial?
Commercial break real quick. We about to get some sponsors in a minute. Yeah, Joe gonna get the sponsors.
All right, we still live. We'll take about a 5-minute break. What's up, live? Let me see what's going on up here. Tracy, I definitely don't like child support because those